we meet on Zoom, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Toronto, eh?
Hello. It's so wonderful to have the opportunity to talk to you today. All
Thank
right.
you.
How are you? How are you feeling? How's it going?
I'm blessed and highly favored. It's a wonderful time to be alive and to be in love with Canada.
Well, we love you. And listen, let's just start with the Cuban, because there's so much to talk to you today about, Louis. I understand with this. First of all, you were fantastic in this movie. My goodness.
Thank you.
What an amazing performance. But I understand our sweet little Anna, she kind of stalked you to become to be in this.
Her and my favorite director, Sergio.
Tell us a little bit about that.
What they wanted, I had in my mind, I was busy doing something else. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was doing a couple of things. I was doing a movie called The Reason. And so I was in Atlanta, and then I saw them in Atlanta, and I saw them at the press conferences. And here they were again. What do these two kids want? They keep following me. So finally, they were so persistent that I said, okay, all right. And then after that, it was all history. They were so real. I said that nobody could be that nice.
Yeah.
And then I heard some of the music. Anna said, oh, what? Anna's so brilliant. She's so talented. That's Judy Garland. That girl is Judy Garland with her brains on straight.
She's amazing.
She writes music. She dances. She acts.
Yeah.
She produces. There should not be a person like that.
And she's what, 24?
Yeah, 25. I got 24-year-old shoelaces.
Yeah. Completely amazing. Yeah. You're right. She really is one of a kind. There's no question. And I'm so glad that she tracked you down. Because go ahead.
And then the director. This should be nobody like that. Sergio.
Yeah.
Nobody should be that nice. Anyway, something's got to be wrong. I mean, look.
Well, first of all, we're Canadian, so we know that they're going to be nice. But, listen, looking back on your career, you never had somebody that nice that you worked with before? Come on.
Oh, yeah, but there was always something wrong when you're that smart and that brilliant. There was always something elusive about you. But they're all face front. They're open, honest, and totally connected.
Yeah.
What a breath of fresh air.
Nice. How nice for you. Amazing to go into a project and have that comfort zone. I think is so important.
Well, you begin to wonder every day, when is the other shoe going to fall?
Yeah,
it never fell.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to work with them again.
Well, good.
Whatever they want, I'm for it.
Trust me, they'll be watching this interview, and now they're going to be scrambling to think, what can we write really fast for Louis Gossett Jr.
Well, I used to live up there in Roseland.
I know that.
That was a wonderful experience. I didn't believe that either. So congratulations on your growth, Canada.
Well, listen.
What you think is trouble is not trouble at all.
No,
you're growing beautifully.
Yeah, that's a whole other discussion that we can have. But I want to ask you, Louis, when you read this script, it's so beautiful, and especially the character that you play and what he has to go through.
Yeah.
How did that immediately resonate with you, and how kind of nervous maybe were you to take this on, because you're portraying somebody with real illness and you want to make it real,
Well, the thing that I had, and we have our fantasy as actors, and one of the fantasies I've had is that some of the performances of people I respect. Robert De Niro. He did a film that was not one of his largest films. Mm-hmm. It was called Awakenings. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I certainly do. Yeah.
You remember that moment sitting at the table when he went into his Alzheimer's and came back?
Yes, I do.
I died as an actor. I want that opportunity. So I put that in the back of my mind when I saw Awakenings. I've seen it 3 or 4 times. He's a magic actor. It doesn't look like he's acting at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he could act worth a damn. He's one of the finest actors in the world. And he did that performance so fascinating. He was so facile with his instrument that you died to do that.
Wow.
So he gave me encouragement. He didn't know what he's done, but that's what we do as artists. I've always wanted to get an opportunity to play that character. Yeah, the other opportunity that I had is to be a man and give birth to a child. I did that in Enemy Mine.
Yes.
That's a piece of trivia. But you look for those challenges.
For sure.
Playing a character from another planet. My childhood, my teenage thing in Brooklyn, New York, our social measurement in all the parties was Tito Puente and Tito Rodriguez and Machito and the two-step mambo, the merengue, and the cha-cha-cha.
Wow.
That's how we got our dates. That's how we walked. I don't know why that happened, but it was such fortunate for us to know all of that music, the most beautiful romantic rhythmical music in Brooklyn it was.
Yeah.
In the 50s. To get full circle and be one of those people who made that music in the movie was complete circle.
Yeah.
So those are my private little desires that happened to me when I did this little movie.
That's amazing. You know, yeah, I was going to mention because the music in this film, fabulous music, and I forgot how many of these songs and this music that I remembered then and that I knew. You know, like they immediately like, oh yeah, I know that. And when for you, it must have been just wonderful.
Are you of Latin descent?
I am not, but it's I'm just a very musical person. I love musical theater, and so I just immediately connected with the music. How about you?
Well, I may as well be because of my roots, and because of my roots in Brooklyn, and because of the music and my friends, my baseball playing friends, and the thing that caught me was the one music. It's called "Todas las mujeres de la fiesta." All the women in the party, they're saying "Baila conmigo." They all wanted to dance with me, and to play that character from the Copacabana, which I knew all about, which is like the Copacabana in New York City.
Yeah,
it was full circle. So if we behave ourselves, it's very impossible for artists to behave themselves, but to be receptive of certain signs in life that round out our experience, and then you get the chance to show them to others, especially young people.
Yeah,
that's a complete circle. So I'm very happy to work with Canadians who have relevant stories that are done, the Book of Negroes and other things.
Oh, what a great! That was
that's coming back. That's coming back.
Wow.
So I'm very grateful to live there for 2 years. I'll live there again. To meet those actors and those artists that are serious about their work. That doesn't mean that there are not others who are not.
Yeah.
But for some wonderful reason, there's a purity. All the way from Vancouver to Toronto and further. It's a pleasure always working with a Canadian and to be received by the Canadian public.
It's so nice to hear you say that, because there are, listen, we do a lot of production here, no question about it. And you get that from so many people that I speak to on a daily basis, who just love coming here, whether it's, somebody like I just spoke to Jim Gaffigan, the stand-up comedian, also actor, and he loves coming here, and on and on and on. And so many productions that are done here, you hear the same thing over and over. Why? What makes it so special? What makes it so special here?
I don't know. Maybe there's a couple of steps toward the art of the purity of art.
Yeah.
The business is involved, but you've not let go of the purity of your art. And don't ever go there, because you're being drawn, you know that, to make it a big money maker.
Yeah.
That happens automatically, but you're still a couple of steps behind business of the United States, but a couple of steps ahead of the United States as far as the appreciation of art.
Right. Yeah.
If you understand that dynamic, don't ever lose that, because the combination of both is very attractive and very personal to we artists. It's always a pleasure. I did the first HBO thing there.
Yeah.
And then the Book of Negroes is coming back. It's a beautiful memory.
Oh, that was an extraordinary series. Man, really, really good. I want to ask you, Louis, you are 84 years young. You act like you're 50. I mean, you look fantastic and everything. But you're, God bless her, your great-grandmother who raised you lived to 117 years.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
What do you, especially playing somebody like this role that you did in the Cuban, it must really make you think. Like, I wanted to know what your great-grandmother taught you, the most important thing that she taught you and your cousins and everything that she raised you. Because she obviously raised a great man.
Well, no, she was the great woman. So all I had to do was copy. And she only lied to me one time.
What was that? What was the lie?
She said, "This is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you."
I love it.
But she was responsible for me and my cousins, and she had the wheelchair from time to time. And during the day that the slaves were freed in Georgia, which is where I am now, she was in the streets. And a wagon went over and took part of her finger.
Wow.
So she used this part of her finger like this. And when she pointed to somebody, the half a finger would point, and we would know exactly what she was pointing at. It's the most powerful half a finger I've ever seen. Whatever she did was so attractive to me as an artist that I would reverse the, how do you put it, they would know I meant business.
Yeah.
The less I did. So less is more. That's the acting credo in acting class.
Yes, absolutely.
Less is more. It's probably the best thing in life too. Less is more.
You are so right, my friend. That is for sure. When you look back at your career, I have to tell you, I think I was 14 when Roots came out. And to me, that was, what an extraordinary experience watching that. And it's not like what we can do today. You can't watch something and binge watch it. I mean, this was, we waited every week.
Need to take the time.
Yeah, exactly. And oh God, what an extraordinary, one of your extraordinary performances. How did working on a show like that affect you personally and change your life?
But Roots,
yeah,
it's continuance of the teachings of people like my great grandmama and her husband, who died at 90.
Yeah,
and those something in full circle. Well, I'm still here, thank goodness. There's a lesson we learned. Once again, less is more. But when you do it completely. You're proud of your work, whether you're washing a car, or you're learning a poem, or you're loving somebody. You do it with full effect. If otherwise, don't do it.
Right.
So now when you apply that in a relationship to an artist, that thing comes out. And I'm going to be specific. The Morgan Freemans, the Solange Olivier's, the Christopher Plummers. So you have role models with these artists that you respect. It looks like they're doing nothing. Robert De Niro's looks like they're doing nothing, but they're the finest artists there are in the world. And they learn that from the Roots. It's what you do is going to be eternal. One generation at a time, it'll always come back. Officers and gentlemen is going to always come back. So it's On the Waterfront.
Yeah.
So whatever that is, if you're in touch with it, you connect dots. I have been doing this in lieu of The Watchmen.
I was just going to ask you about The Watchmen. Yeah. What another extraordinary series. Like that's
a bunch of wonderful people.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful people. So that was the least amount of work I ever did. But the camera was close, and there was a simple connection from the heart to the mind to the mouth to the instrument to the camera.
Yeah. Amazing. What a moment for you when you won that Oscar. Oh, just a few years ago, for Officer and a Gentleman. Well deserved, of course. Where do you keep your Oscar? Need to know.
Pretty nice stuff. Right now it's in storage because I just moved into a new home.
Okay.
And if I put it in my home now, it would disappear.
Yeah.
So until I set up, then I'll get it out of storage and put it on a perfect shelf with the Emmys and the People's Choices. And it's very nice. I'm very grateful.
Very great. Well, listen, we're grateful to you for all of your spectacular performances. And I just can't thank you enough for doing the Cuban. You're just, to watch you in this movie, honestly, you're brilliant. You're really, really brilliant in it. And I just thank you so much for your time. It's such an honor and a pleasure for me to talk to you today.
Thank you so much. We'll have a cup of coffee at your shows.
Absolutely. When this pandemic is over, we have a date. You're coming to Toronto. We're having a date.
We're going to your shows. The party is on me at your shows.
I'm holding you to that. I've got this on tape now. So.
Or sassafras.
Listen, I'm easy. I can drive anywhere to meet you, my friend.
There you go, love. I appreciate your time.
You are so welcome. Have a great weekend, and take care of yourself and stay healthy.
That's what I'm doing. I haven't left the room. I haven't left the house since the pandemic.
Yeah, you keep yourself safe, and
that's what I'm doing.
We'll see you back in Toronto someday soon.
Great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.